Welcome back to the Middle of the Woods. I'm Tyler and this is Todd. We've brought you along every Sunday and the occasional Wednesday as we've not only built a house using shipping containers, but have also restored this lakeside cottage in our spare time. For the last few weeks, we've been on the final push to finish up the container home, tackling two major projects that will save us over $50,000 on the construction of our new home. But quite a few of you noticed in last Sunday's episode that the containers were looking a little different since you last saw them. Well, that's because the unthinkable happened. Our hard drive corrupted, and short of a few grainy clips without sound that we've been able to recover, we lost literally everything. Weeks and weeks of progress of the most exciting parts of this project entirely unusable. With the hard drive sent out for repair, we've decided to switch gears entirely while we wait for good news. The silver lining to all of this is it allowed us time to take what was a dark and dingy cluttered garage and completely transform it into a usable space our entire family can enjoy. Give this video a thumbs up and make sure you join us this coming Wednesday, January 29th for a special midweek episode. All right, let's get to work.
Morning. How's it going?
Not too bad, how are you?
Good.
Oh yeah, it's only an hour 10, that one.
It's always freezing in here, so
Is it?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of a small garage, like you can't really park your vehicle in here or anything.
Or if you got like a smart car, maybe.
Yeah. What a transformation this is with the door. So we quickly did some patchwork in the ceiling with the drywall, got everything cleared out of here. It's looking really good.
Yeah, the door makes such a huge difference though, having natural light in here. And even I find in the basement coming down the stairs, because that door has glass in it, it kind of bleeds in. It's a really good decision.
The natural light, it just was such a good idea. But
Plus, it's warmer because the door actually is way more insulated than the old one.
Oh, yeah.
So it's warmer in here too.
we're moving on to the next step of the gym, which is paint. We don't want it to be so stark in here, so.
Yeah. We want it to be warm and cozy and like a place to come and exercise. So what's going on, you two?
Fight Club.
So the first thing we need to do though is paint the ceiling, because we find it easier to do the ceiling and then cut the walls into it, opposed to painting the ceiling, or painting the walls and cutting the ceiling in. So that's what we're gonna do if these two will stop fighting. Gotta get 2 coats on it. The trim around those 2 doors and the jambs, we're gonna paint them white, 2 coats on that. Then that way we can cut all the walls in.
That's nothing. We're gonna be done this in 2 seconds.
Lickety split. And that's the
Did you miss this too?
Oh my God, yeah, I do. Do you know how hard it is to see rough white on white?
Imagine you rushing through something.
You make me sound reckless, and I prefer carefree.
We spoke a little too soon on getting started on the paint. Todd's job was to make sure that all the walls were sanded down, but missed a few spots.
A few spots, but that's okay.
But that's okay.
Luckily,
Luckily it's not a big deal.
and everyone makes mistakes, so we're not trying to make anyone feel bad about like not having done something to 100%.
Exactly. That's the key element in all this.
Key element in all of this is no finger pointing.
You're getting so big, Earl.
You're getting too big, Earl.
You're after getting too big, Earl.
Way too big, Earl. When we're ready to roll, you can just take out of this can to fill your tray.
Are we ready to roll?
All right, I'm gonna start now because I need to get ahead of you.
Yeah.
Losing track of time, leaving our worries behind.
So,
You know why?
how's your day going?
Pretty good.
That's good.
How's your day going?
I'm having a great day. I'm excited. I think this is gonna be good.
I think it's gonna be really nice.
Like, what were we gonna do with this room? Buy a Fiat so we can park it in here?
Yeah.
Like, it's too small to call a garage.
So rather than boring you for the last few hours, we did 2 coats. We probably should have done 3, but this is what we're doing.
I was pushing for the 3rd coat, but my helper here, not on board. So you know what? It's true. You made a good point. It's just about making the room look a little bit nicer for us to work out in. It doesn't need to be perfect.
Yeah, it's already such a difference with obviously the glass garage door and the pot lights, plus the ceiling brighter. Like, we're counting it as a win. So we are just putting the little pot lights in. Look how clean that looks. Oh my gosh.
So much cleaner.
Wow. Oh, and you know what? Without the lights pointing around everywhere, it makes the ceiling look better. I'm not just saying that.
Yeah, and if we put blindfolds on people, they won't even notice it.
But be honest.
Yeah.
It's because the light was pointed at
And
it.
the big stain in the ceiling's gone. Like, that's a big win.
That's a huge win. Like, at this point, like, we're almost done.
You know what? This is also good too, because if that stain reappears in the ceiling, then we know that it's still leaking.
True. Okay, so what we're gonna do is get moved on to painting the walls. I know this is gonna shock you guys, but we are not going with a white paint. We are gonna go with the paint that we used previously in the RV. If you remember the first RV renovation, that bank of cabinets that was along the back, we painted them a green color.
Anywhere there was cabinets, they went green.
It's a nice mix, like that color green with the wood and the white. I think it's gonna look really good.
Yeah, just warmer, I guess. I don't know. We just want to change it up because it is a lot of white out there.
I don't know what's happening to us in the new year, but we're moving away from only painting walls stark white.
I mean, we did just do the container house all in white as well. Anyway, moving on. The color is dried thyme, which I'm really excited for. I realized you can't see anything of it when I held the can up, so I gotta open it to show them. I should have probably just had the lid off and brought the lid over. I love it. It's very like warm, earthy, and neutral, I find. So it's not like a bright green or like, you know, punching you in the face. It's like, come on in for an embrace.
Come on in for a workout. Get those glutes popping.
I was gonna say, let's work on the glutes.
So is this where we're starting?
Yeah, because for some reason I struggle cutting in going left, but I'm really good at it going right.
You didn't do good up there.
Oh, whoops. I'm gonna look on Amazon for motivational quotes, but in neon lights.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, like you got this fat ass, but in neon cursive. It's funny though, every room in the house had color and we turned them white, and then this is the only white room in the house and we're adding color.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
I think we're just difficult to please.
Or we want it to be different than what it was.
Because it feels so good.
What do you think, buddy?
Do you guys like it? It goes really nice with your brown.
Yeah, Earl is so dark.
I know.
Like he's gonna be way darker than Eddie.
I think so too.
Because it feels so good.
The first coat's always the hardest. The second coat I find easy.
Yeah.
So we just finished the first coat of paint. We let it dry. It's looking really good.
Yeah, I was nervous that it was gonna make it feel really small and dark in here, but it doesn't. It's just like, it's good. It's a nice change. Now we just gotta do the second coat because it's covering very well, so we're not gonna have to do 3, which is nice. Better coverage when we're not going with white over top of colors.
Yeah, it makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Okay, we are just gonna quickly get this second coat on all of the walls so then we can move on to some more fun and exciting parts of this project.
What, you're not having fun and excited?
Ugh, paint. It's just boring to me now. Like we've painted so many walls.
Yeah, it's all the same.
It's all the same.
I won't mind if I love it till the end of time.
That wasn't too bad.
No, this is pretty good to put together.
How do you feel about it?
Well, we'll find out. Gonna take her on a test run in my work slippers.
Yeah, ready to put those bad puppies in there?
Yeah. My work slippers are last year's slippers because every fall Costco has a new pair of slippers. That becomes my new slippers and my old slippers become my work slippers.
Makes sense.
It does.
I'm sure you've heard of them, but that Peloton thing, they're like $2,000 bikes. We paid $250 for this on Amazon. We are not splurging for that.
No, not at all, because we can buy 10 of these and still be like at the same cost of one of those.
Same as the ellipticals over there. We got for $500 each, and that's Canadian. So, I mean, it's pretty ridiculously.
It's like 20 bucks American.
Yeah.
But like, it works. Like, it's just a basic spin bike is all this is. So it just puts more pressure on the wheel as you're spinning, so you have to fight harder with your legs to push the pedals.
I think it's good enough for what we need.
Exactly. Ooh, ooh. Have you seen my beach ball? It's about this big, and it went in that direction or that direction.
All right, do you want to keep putting stuff together?
Sure. Movie night?
Not. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I just stepped on you a little bit. You want to come up on the couch for a movie night?
Come on, movie night. Oh, man.
I gotta say, it feels pretty good to kick my feet up after today. That was a lot of work. Painting, it takes the good out of you.
It does. It's always kind of like I don't know, shocking how much work it actually is. I always feel a little bit more optimistic that we'll get more done, but...
I thought I was gonna have the floor done today. Delusional.
But it makes such a difference. Like, paint is such an easy way to completely transform a space.
Yeah. Anyway, we are going to spend the rest of the night relaxing. We're trying to figure out what movie we're going to watch. But luckily, with Surfshark, the sponsor of this week's video, that is a pretty easy task.
Surfshark is a VPN, or virtual private network. What that means is it's taking your internet location and routing it through servers around the world so that would-be hackers won't be able to access your private information. But also, on streaming platforms, it tricks them into thinking that you're in a different location, so it opens up a different content library.
I know that this sounds super complicated, but trust me, it couldn't be easier. No offense to our parents, but if they can figure it out, you can too.
And there weren't that many phone calls.
Yeah, there was only only a little bit of troubleshooting, but my parents love watching British TV, and by connecting to Surfshark, they can change their IP address to be in London, and voila, they have access to Netflix UK. Surfshark works out to be less than the price of a cup of coffee, and when you use our code, you're going to get 4 extra months included, so make sure you check it out. We're going to connect in and figure out what we're going to watch tonight.
And we'll see you in the morning. Good morning. First thing when we woke up, we both came down here just to see how the paint color is. And
I love it.
I love it. So it dyed a little bit darker. Dried, not dyed. But I do like it still. I don't know, it makes it not so overwhelming in here like the white did.
It's the natural light too. Like it feels like a really beautiful space. I'm so excited for this to be our gym.
Yeah. One thing I did though before we went to bed, I poured myself a glass of wine, and then all along here where it's like 2x4s or 2x6, like the framing, I painted in around the frames of the door track. But I couldn't get into some areas, so in the spring when we're able to raise the door, I'll be able to do the rest of the painting. But
after you put the bike together, of course.
Yeah, exactly.
I just had another glass of wine while riding the bike.
Well, what I did was I wanted to get it done before we put the tile down, because I was nervous of any spills and how it would wipe off of the rubber.
Yeah. Speaking of the flooring and the tile, I lifted in all of these packages. So we picked this up.
He's got the guns.
We picked these up from Costco. It was by far the cheapest place to get them. They were only $50 a pack. Obviously, where this is a gym, we don't want it just to be finished concrete floor. We want to have something like a cushion in case we drop a weight or fall off the elliptical.
It's also like when we're doing stretching and stuff, it's a little bit softer underneath the yoga mat. Okay, I'm gonna set you guys down and let's get going. Tripod is such a bitch.
I know. You have to put it in exactly the right way.
If I had a nickel. So what I think we do is cut these off.
Cut what off? The tabs?
Yeah. And this
like here.
and
Where?
Start in this corner. So cut the tabs. It's like sword fighting.
Oh my god. We love doing projects together.
It says at least 24 hours before starting installation, lay out all the tiles on the subsurface to allow them to acclimate.
What?
That doesn't make sense. So install the floor 24 hours before you're going to install the floor. Then you can install the floor because the floor has acclimated to the subfloor. I fundamentally disagree with that.
Yeah, I fundamentally disagree with that. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. So they would expect us to open up all of these packs.
Let them all out.
Get a grip. Begin installation in the center of the room, working outwards towards the walls.
Well, why didn't we read that first?
Why would you do that?
It's probably so that your lines are centered in the room. Like how tiling, you start in the center so that your cuts are even on the same. You want to start just roughly center?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it. We'll get more done quicker so we feel some momentum maybe.
Yeah.
And then once we get to a wall, I can be working on the cuts there while you keep going flat.
True. Okay.
Watch your toes.
Like, why couldn't we wait for 2 seconds before we started and just read the instructions? We said, no, we gotta go.
Well, it's like literally square blocks. You think it would just be foolproof. Oh, look, the door is the center.
The door is the center.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you know what? It makes sense to fan out now that I'm thinking about it, because the weight of them all holds them in place.
Yeah.
We're building you a floor.
What do you think of it?
Hi, Eddie.
Hi, Wawa.
And Charlie's here too.
Chuck.
Hi,
Chucky. Chucky Cheese.
Oh, he's peeing.
Oh.
You need to pee. That's why you came. Good boy. Good boy, Earl.
But when I pee on the floor, I get yelled at.
Thank you for telling me you had to pee.
It wasn't so much of just a telling, it was also like show and tell.
Yeah.
Are you stealing kisses from my man?
It goes on and on and on and on. It goes on and on and on and on. It goes on and on and on and on.
What are they doing?
Just staring at each other. Not really fighting. That is enough, little Tom. Leave me alone. So how's your day?
Going good. How's your day?
Good. Anything exciting happen so far?
Same old, same old. So we've been at this a few hours now. It is definitely a good product, but a lot of work. All of the corners and
Yeah.
all the amounts we have to take off.
It's going better than I thought it would, in
Same.
all honesty, but it's still like kind of frustrating, especially because we left all the difficult cuts till now.
Yeah, it's just slow going because like, look right here. So we have to perfectly measure from here into the wall, but the walls are not straight at all. So what we've been doing is we mark a point at the bottom and then a point up at the top and then draw the line. It can be out like half an inch, eh?
Yeah, across the 19-inch tile.
Yeah, it's been kind
It's
of
going good.
surprising, so.
Now we also need to decide what we're doing with the garage door
Yeah,
Like
I
where?
think we should just put it right up
against
to
it.
Yeah, not underneath because I worry it won't go all the way down.
Yeah,
That's what I'm thinking.
that's what I'm thinking too. Then it'd always be cold in here. Plus mice could get in probably because I heard they can get through really small holes. That's the weather seal, I know. But I don't want the weather seal out past that because like if this runs out, these little holes allow air to come through. Like I'd rather keep all the floor in here and then in the spring when it's warm, I'm gonna paint this black.
Yeah, so just do it right up to it. I guess. Yeah.
That's why I said if we just put them all the way down, open the door and just run a knife, we can cut them all like in a line. Be easier.
Look how good it looks. I love it. Don't you?
I do. Are you just avoiding my question?
Yeah, I'm avoiding work. Plus, we still have to do the baseboards, and it's been a long day.
Yeah.
We should just keep going, though. We'll be happy we did.
Yeah. Because it'd be nice to get the mirrors hung today too. Oh my.
Big project.
Oops.
Oops, did it again. All right, we're gonna just keep going.
It goes on and on and on and on.
Getting all the supplies for the next step.
Yep. Getting ready. We're finally moving past the floor. It's really nice and I'm happy with how it turned out, but it was actually a lot of work with all the different angles and like jet outs and jet ins and twists and turns.
Yeah, it would have been a lot easier if it was a square room, but as you can see, it's not square at all. But it took a lot out of us, like all of the math and especially under the door jamb area and
that angle wall. Anyway, it's all behind us now. We're on to something that will make the room feel a lot bigger in here. So we're gonna put mirrors all along this wall.
I think it's gonna look really nice. But in order to find mirrors that weren't a fortune, the gym mirrors, they're really expensive and they need to be shatterproof. But we found ones from IKEA that were really cheap. I think it was like $190. Yeah, really affordable versus the more expensive ones. So we're gonna put those there, but then we have some gym mirrors that we found that aren't full length, but they work well because we have those two plugs there. I think it's gonna make sense once we get going, but.
Yeah. All right. Well, I've got everything. I've got a level, a stud finder. Gotta do the official test.
I knew you were gonna do it. Does anyone see a stud here?
Let's see. Oh, it found a stud over here. Hey, look. Oh, you little stud muffin, aren't ya, huh? So why are we putting these on now if the baseboard is gonna have to go behind them? They're gonna have to come off to put the baseboard on. So like I said, the baseboard needs to be first. Because the baseboard is 4-inch.
So then let's do the baseboard.
Come here.
So much work.
Do you want to be done?
We can do this. So let's do it. Because like, when are we gonna do it? Tomorrow?
Yeah.
And then it's like, how many days are we doing this?
Tomorrow would be the last.
No, it won't be the last.
Why wouldn't it?
Because
Why?
let's just go. We're already in the roll.
Sure. Which one first?
This one.
It goes on and on and on and on.
That's good.
Call that a win.
The price is right. This was literally a quarter of the cost by just doing it. Like, see how there's a gap here? If we wanted to have all of this be glass, floor to ceiling, it was 4 times as expensive.
Not worth it.
Not worth it. This little bit here,
Yeah.
who cares?
Mm-hmm.
All right, do we want to do those two where we're familiar now?
Sure.
It goes on and on and on. It goes on and on and on and on.
Nice.
Oh, that went pretty good.
Jesus is on our side.
God bless. How's that?
Good.
Having these mirrors here is going to be really good. Like, we'll be able to like actually put stuff right here low and it won't be in the way.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say I lost my spot.
Yeah. They're trying to keep me warm. It's cold tonight.
It is cold. Oh
I
yeah.
want bed warmers.
I got pats for you too.
Oh, I am so glad that today is done.
Oh my god.
Those mirrors were going to be the absolute death of us.
We could not draw a straight line to save our lives, let alone getting them level. I don't know what. I think the wall might be bowed out at the bottom.
It's definitely the wall's fault and not ours.
It could be a little bit of our fault too. To be honest, we probably should have stopped a few hours ago, but I don't know. I don't want to wake up and deal with the mirrors tomorrow. So.
Yeah, it was good to get them out of the way because also the project has grown and like it's going to be even better and more functional, and
We decided to do like built-ins, and we have a plan to make it a little spa area outside. Like, it definitely grew, but the thing is, like, we're gonna get so much use out of it. Todd's parents are planning on getting a membership at our gym.
yeah, and like I don't know, we're also just excited to make the space exactly what we want and not rush through it or not do something. You know, we could just throw the equipment in now and call it a video, but instead we're taking the pressure off of us and we're gonna break it into 2 videos and post a special one on this Wednesday, January 29th. That way we can, you know, take more time and make it exactly how we want it.
Yeah, we need like 2 more full days of work, to be honest, and we don't want to just, you know, we don't want to sacrifice anything. It's going to be too nice. So we're going to get a good night's sleep, wake up, and get to work in the morning, and we will see you on Wednesday.
Bye.